Hi, everybody. I have no idea how many of you are interested in Harry and Meghan's day-to-day attendance of the Invictus Games. Quite frankly, I am not. What I am interested in, as far as their attendance goes, is the flow of money to Harry and Meghan. And what concerns me, and I hope to find out about it, is the fact that the Royal Foundation of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge donated $1 million of Invictus's 3 million income for the last financial year. So did William unknowingly or knowingly contributed to Harry's income, thinking he was doing a good deed, contributing to the welfare of injured veterans? I am, however, going to do a separate video on that after I have gathered more information and hopefully some more facts. However, like you, I'm very curious to find out what happened during the Harkles' visit to the Queen. I'm not delusional or ignorant, and like you, I'm fully aware that we'll never know exactly what was said or talked about. As one thing I can tell you is that the visit was private. Thus, no secretaries, no minutes, no notes. So please, my friends, if anyone tells you that they know exactly what happened, you can gladly and without second thought dismiss it as nonsense. Now, look, not to put you off my channel, but like anyone else, my information comes from second-hand and sometimes even third-hand sources. But after nearly 3 years, I sort of know who I can trust and who not. And if anything serious or in depth or of interest to us should come out, it will likely reach my ears the same way it would reach the ears of anyone else here on YouTube or even in the media. It would mean that it will be either something leaked by staff, by Harry and Meghan, or something of royal significance of which the royal family will release a statement in due time. So, what I'm going to tell you next is from someone closer to the royal family than I am, and this someone's opinion on what they think likely happened. Remember, it is his opinion and not fact. When I find out more, I will tell you. But in the meantime, we are going to talk about this person's opinion. From what he knows, Harry was supposed to visit after the Invictus Games. And as far as he is aware, those plans have not changed officially. As far as he's aware, no one, other than perhaps the Queen and Charles's very closest personal assistants, were informed of Harry and Meghan's visit prior to the Invictus Games. Certainly, and with confidence, I can tell you that the visit was not penciled into any royal or official diary. So it was indeed kept a secret from general royal staff, including those at Clarence House and Kensington Palace. But of course, nobody, including the Queen's grandchildren, just drops in on the Queen. And of course, Charles. The Queen and the very closest assistants did, of course, know about the visit, likely days or perhaps a week in advance. My source is of the opinion that it is still possible that Harry will be spending a few days in the United Kingdom after the Games. He thinks it's possible that the Queen or Charles requested them to stop off on their way to The Hague because she wanted to see Meghan as well. He thinks it's possible that whatever Charles or the Queen had to say, they wanted to say to the both of them. It is also likely that whatever the Harkles, Charles, and the Queen had to say to one another was not just pleasantries or how do you do's. It has now somehow leaked that Charles only spent about 15 minutes with the Harkles. At first I thought, that doesn't sound good. But no, it is not what we thought. The Harkles arrived late, and therefore Charles had to leave to prepare for the Maundy service. My source or contact, call him what you will, told me that the word is that, hang on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen, that I was right and that the so-called olive branch was an invitation to the Queen's Jubilee in June. Remember me telling you that I was of the opinion that the Harkles' motivation was to solicit an invitation as they need to be seen. And what better place to be seen than at Jubilee events, watched by millions of people all over the world. Remember me saying that? Well, according to my source, that is very likely to have happened. According to my source, there was a trade of sorts, or for a lack of a better word, apparently, possibly, according to gossip in the hallowed halls, Harry and Meghan promised to bring Archie and Lilibet to meet the Queen, and of course, they can't do so any other time than in June, and therefore, seeing that they will be in the country anyway, they can just as well be included in official events. And ladies and gentlemen, according to gossip, they got the invitation they sought. Of course, the Harkles may change their minds out of fear of receiving booze and rotten tomatoes, but they also know that as long as they hang onto the Queen's coattails, they will be safe and get the photographs they so desperately need. Now, I watched Lady C's video on the subject and I asked a subscriber what the word is in the United States with regards to Netflix involvement in this meeting. And although it was a bit soon for her to have gossiped with the people in the know, she is of the opinion that Netflix had little to do with the meeting. Yes, Netflix may benefit from the optics of having their product so closely linked to the Queen, but it is her opinion that Netflix would benefit more from further drama and infighting than from a boring truce. Remember, drama sells. Her only fear is that the Markleness will again give an interview or write an essay to the New York Times on their meeting with the Queen. But otherwise, Netflix certainly did not suggest or cajole Harry and Meghan to visit the Queen. She says it's also highly unlikely that Netflix contributed anything but the staff they hired to help with production to Harry and Meghan's trip. It thus looks like the person who commented on my last video and elsewhere about the situation may very well be right. According to this person, Netflix is not producing Heart of Invictus, and that I know for a fact is indeed true. As they are not producing it, they are also not paying Harry and Meghan's expenses. According to this person, Heart of Invictus will be produced by Violet Films, Archwell Productions, and the Invictus Games Foundation. So, the Invictus Games Foundation will be paying a third of whatever expenses are incurred, which will include salaries of production staff, first class travel, security. But here is the crunch. The agreement or exclusive contract is with Archwell Productions and the Harkles, with Netflix as the sole distributor, which means that all payments and royalties will be paid to Archwell Productions and not to Violet Films or the Invictus Games Foundation. Distribution of whatever profit or royalties there will be the responsibility of Archwell Productions. Another catch, according to this person, Ron Morton, is that the amount of money earned for Heart of Invictus will depend on the number of views. Now, I asked my subscriber who worked in production before, and she said that it sounds very, very plausible and very likely to be closer to the truth than anything else she has heard so far. She says it makes sense that Violet Films were likely hired as a result of the advertisement Netflix placed for production staff. Okay, so I am now 98% convinced that the post made by Ron Morton and another person, I don't know whether she copied and pasted or whether it's the same person using different names, but never mind. I'm now 98% convinced that the post is factually very close to the truth. Maybe the post missed out on one or two of the finer details, but it is likely basically true. And if it is true, then it is also true that the Invictus Games Foundation is using money donated to and intended to help disabled veterans to provide Harry and the Markleness with income. And remember, of the 3 million in donations Invictus Foundation received in the last book year, $1 million or nearly 600,000 British pounds came from the Royal Foundation of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. I really, really want to know whether William is aware of this and how he feels about it. And I'm going to, once again, write to Kensington Palace and ask. Not that I expect a reply, but once again, I want them to look into this. And once again, I want the royal family to know that we are not dumb or ignorant. I will also CC it to the Invictus Foundation. Another part of Ron Morton's comment, which I found concerning, is that the Invictus Games Foundation was the sole corporate sponsor of the Intrepid Museum's Salute to Freedom 2022 Gala, which will be held in May. As we know, Harry and Meghan attended last year's gala in November, but other than articles on their attendance and Harry being mentioned as the founder of the Invictus Games, I could not find any proof that Invictus sponsored the gala last year or will sponsor it this year. It would be great if this Ron Morton or Maggie could email me and tell me where they found it or how they know this. Because if true, it would help those involved in veteran matters in the United Kingdom to expose the situation and to fight for those veterans who deserve this money and support. Anyway, guys, as I said in my previous video, my subscribers, particularly those in Britain and America, are up in arms, and my email inbox and DMs are overflowing with information and tidbits. So I have a lot to bring you over the next few days, and I just hope and pray that this coming week will be more peaceful in my home so I can get it to you all, because we need to get to the bottom of this and decide where we stand on all of this. In the meantime, Enjoy what is left of your Easter weekend, and until we meet again on the next video, take good care of yourselves. Bye.